I'm Russell Ford, founding partner of Ford Murray, an immigration law firm in Portland, Maine, with clients nationwide. And we're doing a video series focusing on common immigration questions that face employers, big, small, public, private, across the spectrum. All employers that sponsor H-1Bs face these issues. And the big question we're looking at today is, how do I try to avoid the request for evidence or dreaded RFE? During the last 4 years of the prior administration, all of us, unfortunately, got used to the idea of receiving a heavy dose of RFEs on H-1B filings. Some of them bordered on absurd, some of them were legit. And as we move into the new administration, we expect those to dissipate, but RFEs are always going to be a part of the process. And as a employer sponsoring H-1B individuals, you really need to be cognizant of common things you can do to try to avoid those H-1B RFEs. The biggest ones that come across the board tend to focus on two things. Is the position a specialty occupation? And does the person's degree relate to the position? Specialty occupation really is this position that I'm offering to the individual professional? Does it require a degree in a specific field? And does the person have a degree in that field? When you are looking at your positions, oftentimes it's really just a matter of educating the government on what your position is. Take, for instance, an SAP engineer, a very common position these days with the growth and development of SAPs. The government doesn't really know that an SAP engineer involves complex duties surrounding IT, computer science, engineering. And it's incumbent upon the employer to educate the USCIS on that fact, provide them with documentation about the technology that's being used, the technical nature of the position. Go into more detail than you feel is necessary so that the government has all that it can or all that it needs to make a decision about, oh yes, this is a professional position. On the opposite side is for positions like that or other positions where there isn't a clear, clean title that matches nicely with an SOC code in the database. And you've got a person who might be an SAP engineer, but they've got a degree in analytics or statistics. But you know that that degree relates to the position because it's a very technical, analytical, statistical position. Well, it's an incumbent upon the employer to, again, educate, show what classes did the individual take, what classes relate to this position and why. Give that detailed course information, tie those courses directly to duties in the position so that the government has the information it needs to be informed about, yes, this person's degree does make sense for this position. And that can go a long way to avoiding these types of RFEs that we often see. Again, it can be tricky. There's a lot of positions out there that we know are professional, we know are technical, you know as employers that this requires someone with a degree. How do I prove that to the government and how do I avoid this RFE can be a tricky question. We do offer complimentary consultations to help you get through some of these issues. Check out our website, give us a call, send us an email, and we're happy to help you out. Thanks.